Hello everyone and welcome back to Alteryx Tutorials. I am Mark Thompson. Today's session is going to be weekly challenge number 256. With this, we've got information about golfers over the last number of years, and we want to find out a couple of things. Who are the top 5 earners after sorting the players according to who has earned the highest earnings on a per event basis for the last 5 years? Also, who are the top 5 earners after sorting the players based on who has earned the most total over the last 5 years without winning any events? So in one, we want to know the highest average earner, and in the other one, we want to know who's won the most money but hasn't won an event. Let's go ahead and jump on in. We start out with a set of data, and you'll see I've got a browse tool hooked to it, and these are convenient, right? Because if you were to just take a look at this, you might get some ideas about how to approach this. Because if you come over here, you've only got the first 100 records. Well, when you run this, you see that there's actually 1,300 records, 1296. And this rank and these headers you actually find repeated down here in the field. Whoop, there they go. Again and again and again. Every couple of 100 players, you see this. I bring that up because many of you are going to ask, well, why don't you just use a sample tool, skip the first row, and use a dynamic rename and grab these? Well, it doesn't really work because you need to grab that year so that you've got a year column. And doing this, yes, you've got it, but you've still got to sort them out and clear them out from all the data down below. So in this instance, not very often, but in this instance, I actually used a select tool and just went ahead and renamed these fields. And in here, I now did a create field for the year. All right. This is the multi-row formula. And what I'm doing is an if-then statement. So I've created a new field, year. If rank last year is null, and in this case, rank last week, excuse me, I said last year. Rank last week is null, which it is. Then rank this week, which is 2020. Otherwise, take the information from the row above it, which it's null, so it's 2020. It's not null. This is not null right here. And so it's going to take from the row behind it. And if you come on down here to the bottom, well, I'll just go to one of the next years. Here, let's go to 19. Let's walk through that formula again. If it's null, if rank last week is null, then rank this week. That's this. So you can see here, this is null. Else, rank. Now in this next one, this next row, you see that the rank is also null, but rank this week is 2019. And we can see here that this is not null. So in that case, we're taking this and we're using the row above it. In that way, we can fill in a year column with all of these years, 19, 18, 17, 16. Next, we want to filter out those rows that are doing that. So if rank last week is null and money, the money column, does not equal the word money, which if you see coming into it, so rank last week is null, so we're going to get rid of it. And down here, we can see, well, I can just use that one right at the top. We can get rid of the word money. We don't need it. And everywhere else that says money. And as you can see, if I filter here, these are the rows that we're getting rid of. null, headers, couple of nulls, headers, couple of nulls, headers, couple of nulls, headers. And what we're left with is now rank this week, last week, the player, the events, the year-to-date victories, the money, and the year. Now we're going to replace the character rank this week T with a blank. So we're getting rid of rank this week. Replace character T with a blank. And then same thing for rank last week. And what I really need to do is kind of come over to this entry side of it and look at these. And you can see, we'll find an example here. There, right there. We're getting rid of the T on that 252. We're getting rid of that T on the 252. That's all we're doing. Okay, and there's a bunch of them in both the rank this week and last week. Next, we changed the rank this week to an integer, which we can now do. Rank last week should probably be an integer as well. And we're going to sort it. Year ascending, rank this week ascending. That's why I only did the one. Just rank this week. Next, we take and we do some summation. All right? Summarize. And what are we doing? We're going to group by player, and we're going to do the sum of the events, the money, and the year-to-date victories. And you know what? Now that I think about it, I'm going to get rid of these two. Delete and connect around. I don't think it's going to change a thing. Because we're summarizing these things here and we're sorting them in our order, those were superfluous. All right, now the average, taking the sum of the money. So we've got right here, we've got the sum of the events, sum of the money, and some of the year-to-date victories. So in here, to get the average dollars, we take the sum of the money that we just got from here, and we divide it by the sum of events. Sum of events. We take the money and we divide it by the events. So Aaron, we did this. How many victories does he have? Right? Now, we take this, we sort it average descending. We use the sample tool and we say the first n number of rows. What is n? N is 10. And now we've got our top 10 average by events. Next, down here, remember the second question was to ask who are the top 5 earners, sorting the players based on who has earned the most total in the last 5 years without winning any events. In other words, this victory column, some of the events, has to be null. So the first thing we do is we say, okay, grab our nulls, right? All of these guys had some victories. They won something. Next, we sort. We sort these by the money descending. We take the top 10 of those, and there we go. We have your answer. All right, I am Mark Thompson. These have been Alteryx tutorials. If you like what you saw, please share, please hit like, please, we welcome your comments. Always love to hear from you. Of course, if you have questions, hit us with the questions. Until next time.